Pellegrino and Sarah Harmacek are with us. I hope I said your name right.
It's perfect.
Perfectly.
Yep.
Okay, good. And thanks for coming on. There's so much to talk about every month that's going on at Kimpton Grand. And we just decided it would be easier to talk to you guys because you're usually doing it. So let's start with you. Mauro, what is going on this month at Kimpton? There's a lot happening.
There's a lot happening, yes. Thank you, Keith, for having us back again. We are pushing a lot to have a lot of activations for our guests, but also to other guests from the island. We are open to anybody, and we are having activations almost every day of the week. So just to summarize, from Tuesday till Sunday, we have something going on every day at the different venues that we have. From Taco Tuesday to a special barbecue by the beach. We have martinis and jazz nights on Wednesdays. So we have a lot of things going on. And if you ever want to have to the hotel, please let me know and I'll let you know what's going on because it's a lot to summarize in a few minutes. But today I would like to tell you about a special event that we are going to do in August.
Right, the Wine and Food Festival.
That's right, yeah. A Food and Wine Festival, Roatan Food and Wine Festival, that we are going to be hosts and organizers for the first time. It's a very special event for food and drink lovers, something that we like to call exceptional celebration of food and wine. That's what that's the theme of the event. This is like a half-day event where we invite all the food and drink lovers to come and enjoy and indulge in all the culinary and drink stations that we're going to have back here in the terrace of Valera and all the beautiful terraces that we have here in Kimpton Grand, Roatan. It's a complete celebration for you to come and enjoy and relax. We're going to have invite chefs from abroad, from international chefs coming. We're going to have chefs from mainland joining as well. So it's a teamwork between us as organizers, our suppliers, friends from culinary, friends on the drink side. And we are putting together a very special event for you to come, enjoy, and have a really fun time.
Sarah, you're involved with making sure people get really good wine at the Grand. What is your background? Tell us, please.
So I've worked with Kimpton for over 6 years now, and I'm coming from a property in Denver, Colorado, where I was able to really develop my experience in fine wine and restaurants. And so I am a certified sommelier, as well as having over 15 years of experience bartending, running bars, working with craft cocktails, craft beer, and fine wine. So I'm hoping to bring all that here.
What does it take? Because it's funny. If I go wine tasting and a sommelier says, okay, this has some pretty intense notes of fruit in the beginning, but it's finished with a peppery feel. And then I can notice it. All right. Up to that point, it just tastes like fermented grape juice. I mean, that's, and I have friends that have this ability to do that, and then they're like, well, that tastes like ginger. And if you start paying attention to it, you really can pick it up. What is it? What was your gift?
Well, I feel like I've always had, that sense of smell, like some people are just really sensitive. And so I think that helped me train my palate in the long run. And it really is just that. It's training. It takes time to recognize those different flavor compounds outside of their normal spaces in the world, right? So we talk about this in my Wine Wednesday nights with people when we do different tastings. And it really just takes experience and training and thinking a little bit more critically about what you're drinking. But in the end of the day, it's wine, it's fun, it's there to help us, have a good time. So that's what's the most important.
So how does this work together? How are you and Mauro integrating as a unit to bring this festival us this coming August?
So Mauro's our food and beverage director. So he's really the mastermind behind the whole thing. And then I focus on the beverage portion and the chefs focus on the food. And we come together to make sure that everything is creatively paired together and works together to make the whole thing run smoothly.
And do we have any specials that we're going to be working with? Are we going to be looking at local seafood, bringing in different cuts of beef that we don't normally find here? What are we going to be working? I know I can see from your face, Mauro.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of all the stations that we're going to have. I don't want to spoil it, but I'm going to give you something like a preview. We are going to have one chef coming I'm going to do like a whole cow roasted. So it's going to be a very, very visual thing here at the terrace. So that's one of the things we're going to do. But every station is going to have something special. Sarita's working really hard with the chefs to prepare everything perfectly with wines and beers and spirits. So I think you're going to be surprised at every station that you go.
When I first came, I was working with another hotel group, and we talked about, we did a study. We saw a study, and we found that generally men prefer beer, but when it comes to wine, that seems to be a preference of women. And we also discovered there was a market for it because there was a hole, because generally the restaurants here were serving red and white. And if you ask them, that's all their staff knew about. How are you educating your people to learn a little bit more? Because if all you know is that's clear and that's red, you're kind of in a behind the eight ball. This has changed, by the way, in the last 10 years.
Right. So we do ongoing trainings with the staff, and every time I find a new product and bring it in, we talk about what it is, what it means, where it comes from, how it's made. And then slowly we're building up the knowledge base of all of our staff so that they can be better educated to serve the guests' needs when people do come from abroad and they're familiar with, let's say, a rosé or a sparkling rosé or champagne versus Prosecco. We're talking about all those little differences ongoing.
Well, it's funny to me because I'm not really, I like complex reds when when it turns out what I like to drink. And then when it comes to whites, I prefer like a Pinot Grigio, and I don't know why, but that's just for me much different. And so if somebody hadn't pointed out to me that's a Pinot Grigio, I wouldn't have known this. I would have been like, oh, that's a white wine. Why doesn't it taste like the one I got last time?
Mm-hmm. Well, especially here on the island, Pinot Grigio is great because it's so warm. Pinot Grigio, when it's chilled nicely, can be really crisp, refreshing, delightful. So you might like the Pinot Grigio more for the feeling, that refreshing, acidic, burst in your mouth. But
it tastes tropical.
It tastes tropical, yeah, and it's refreshing. Whereas you might like the red wine more for the complexity of the flavor. Okay,
so give us the date on the Wine and Food Festival.
This is August 3rd, and it's going to be from 5 p.m. till 10 p.m.
Okay, and it's open to the public. Is there a place to find advance information?
Yes, of course. At our email, it's info@aleraroatan.com. And also our WhatsApp is +504 9255 5804. Okay,
fantastic. And I believe Sarah and I are going to be talking later about her Wine Wednesdays. So
you just
it's great seeing you.
I know. You get a taste of it.
I'm going to. All right. We'll talk to you later. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you, Keith, for having us.